Boom! What's up, y'all? Welcome to Correct Wing Weekly, episode number 14. Yay! Yay! What's up, everybody? Welcome. Are we vibing? This is like dubstep, right? What's up? How's it going? Monday, 5:03 p.m. in the One True Time Zone. New time slot, y'all. We're streaming right now on Let's Be Frank and The Last American Pubcast, but these replays go only over to The Last American Pubcast. So you might as well get over there right now. New red theme here at Frank's channel. Interesting. Changed it without my permission, Frank. Aren't you supposed to run it by the big boss first? Hope all is well out there. Got 40 people watching live right now. I do enjoy that. Talking about total moral decline today. Kind of redid the show about half an hour before the program today. And so we're talking about things, morals in American society. Gender, abortion, political roundup. You know, Katie Zed, who makes the thumbnails for this year program, and I dearly appreciate that. Before she was like, I don't know how to make the thumbnail without making it gross. And I was like, it's not going to be that gross of a show, and it's still not going to be. But, you know, obviously the sexual morals and immorals are a big part of the moral decline, but it's everything. It's the corruption. It's the lying. Calling good evil and evil good, all kinds of things. So we're going to be talking about moral decline today. First couple segments will be on gender or lack thereof and abortion. But I'm going to go quick to just give you an example of, like I've almost said from the beginning of Correct Wing Weekly, the problem is us. I saw some chats in the beginning that were like, whose moral decline? Like before the show came on. Certainly not ours. No. Definitely ours. You saying that a person that you don't have moral decline, that I, Steven, don't have moral decline, it's ridiculous. It starts with us. It starts with our people. It starts with our party. I mean, I don't even consider myself really a Republican, but I do consider myself a right-winger, a correct winger, if you do. But yeah, if we clean up the right wing and rid the right wing of all this filth and trash, the left wing will be less of a problem. The people we need to clean up from the right wing are leftists that have infiltrated the right wing. It's true on all issues, man. So as always, you guys might expect me to, if you're a regular at the show, you might expect me to just attack the left or whatever, but that's not what I do. I attack the right from the right. That's what I do. I can do a whole normie show about how it's the left, it's the Democrats or whatever, but that's not really true, man. I mean, it is them in a sense, but it's also us in the bigger sense. And that's the point of this program here. It's about cleaning up the right, at least attacking the right from the right. Very important. So I always surprise people when I do, people that are expecting Frank, but they get me. You know, all those good things. What's up, y'all? Carolyn in the building. Jeff B. Katie Z. Laureen. Hello, everybody. John 1224. Sarah. Horatius. Hi, everybody. Reflections on Liberty. Please follow over at the Last American Pubcast. If you would also please follow me on Odyssey. Frank is in the live chat right now telling you to follow me on Odyssey. Almost at 200 followers, by the way. We only need 6 of you. There's 37 of you in the chat right now. So if 6 of you follow on Odyssey, I will shut up about it. Also, Katie Z, like I said before, does the thumbnails for this here program. Really appreciate that. Talented lady. She is 143. Oh, my goodness. I'm winning. Bargain Bin Gringo Frank. That's me. That's right. Please follow both Katie Z on YouTube and myself over there on Odyssey. I would really appreciate that. Callie in the house. What's up? We are in Clown World. We are in Clown World. But Jesus Christ has dominion over all of it. People say that like Satan is the god of this world. I mean, he says he's the prince of this world. All authority on heaven and earth has been given to Jesus Christ. It's true. Yeah, thanks, Frank. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm gonna just do wham bam. Thank you, man. Over here. I mean, it's not June. I mean, Pride Month is. What do we? Was it Life Month? That's where Roe v. Wade got overturned. Was in June, which I like that a lot. Certainly like that a lot. Yeah, Microsoft. It's every institution. It's a lot of the churches. It's a lot of the families. It's all of academia. Very sobering. Microsoft just dropped its new pride flag. Okay, it's like, that's real. Look at that. Full subversion, man. It is. It's like, you know, we've been talking about the moral decline for a long time on my channel as far as the sex thing. And I think the sex and gender thing is the most obvious. And abortion being part of that. Like what we regard as God's creation. You know, what God created us, they think that he didn't. They think there's no God. We think there is one. And they basically want us to behave like animals. Like Satan wants us to degrade ourselves and behave like animals, not made in the image of God, but we were. And the more we buck God's law, the more we act just like animals, like any other dog, like a dog. So yeah, pride stuff, International Pronoun Day. We're not going to get into all this craziness. You guys know. And if you don't, why are you here? You know, that's my question. All the LGBT references in a mural from a Michigan middle school. It's one of those. There's a quote from Joseph Stalin that says, "A single death is a tragedy, and a million deaths is a statistic." Can't talk today. Just got back from the gym, getting swolled. But yeah, I mean, it's basically statistic level. You could spend a 10-hour podcast every day just cataloging all this stuff across the West, and you would still need to stream for more time. So we're giving you a cursory overlook. Again, if you know, you're going in the right direction. If you don't know, then why are you here? If you don't know and you're open to knowing, then they want sodomy everywhere. They want sodomy and abuse for the youngest and most innocent among our entire society. They want death for the most innocent and harmless in our society. Babies. Life in the womb. So, yeah, that's how they hate God. I mean, a lot of the trouble with it goes back to me in 2019, 2020, when I was first starting to live stream. I was not as smart or wise to this stuff, and I wasn't as well rooted in the scripture, where I'd be like, oh, but they don't say they're Satanists. They don't say they love sodomy. They will always blame it on something else. Human rights, empathy. They don't want to hurt people. They don't want to harm people. So you got to get hip to their language. But what they're doing is they're enacting hell on earth. Straight up hell on earth. So, yeah, middle school, elementary school. I mean, I took what? We took sex ed in 4th grade, right? That's terrible. I mean, that's like all like sexual terrorism, man. After 5 years, a Christian baker won her California court case for refusing to make a cake for a lesbian wedding. Yeah, they go after these people. They find the Christian conservatives that have gone on record or have a policy of not, bucking their own beliefs, and they exploit them. Then they sue them for all their money. It's insane. Same thing with that other guy out of Colorado. Mods. Hook it up. Mods on Frank's channel. Yeah, please clean that up, or I'll do it if you don't get to it. We're under attack. We're under attack from demons right now. They want us to do, what is it? Find love on the best dating site. I got it. I'll snipe it. Block. Oh no, this is not my. I have like 30 YouTube accounts, so that's not the right one. Oh no, this is not my. This is not my one. There you go. Hide user in this channel. Goodbye. Find love on the best dating site. Repent. Repent, you bot. All right. I took care of it. Trans fella threw a shoe at a pregnant black woman. Oh boy, was this a bad idea. I love seeing the intersection of there's probably language, so oh no.
No, you're not. No. Yeah, ain't gonna lie.
Oh no. The heroes we deserve. What was that the name of the Oh no. Fella.
Let me go.
Oh, yeah, she got arrested, right? The heroes we deserve. Wilding out. The heroes we deserve, right? A high school teacher was placed on leave after parents complained about an assignment that, I don't even want to read this. He gave about little girls watching him. Dude, you can look at the screen. I'm not going to read that out loud. And you know, libs of TikTok, we disagree on a lot of things, but it is my point is that the heroes we deserve, right? Sometimes you're going to get a libs of TikTok type to expose all this stuff. I mean, I think exposing these crimes is very good, but there's a massive contradiction with libs of TikTok. I think it's really bad, actually, but I'm glad for, again, Christopher Rufo. He exposes a lot of the stuff going CRT, things like that going on in schools. Me and him have massive disagreements. The one with libs of TikTok is really, really bad. Really, really bad. Progressives are so desperate to keep sexually explicit material in classrooms that they're comparing Muslims to Adolf Hitler. We could literally just title this episode "The Heroes We Deserve" Part 2. It's like, if it's gonna be Muslims, I mean, I don't want it to be. If it's gonna be Muslim, I would like it for it to be Christian. I would like it be Christian American men. But the heroes we deserve, right? Maybe we deserve to have the Muslims take over. Maybe we do. I certainly like the Muslims more than the progressives, man. They at least are based on a lot of these values things we're talking about. Transgender conference speaker leads session on decolonizing gender.
This gender binary that was used as a tool of colonialism, genocide, settlement, and empire continues to be used today.
They're insane. Yeah, they're insane. Like, what is that? What in the Star Trek is that?
Because the lens that most of us have, because we live in this white supremacist culture, is that there is a certain way to be a man or a woman. And so many of those things are unconsciously tied up.
I'm so happy about it. And Trump, of course, has always gotten. I mean, he's not that based on some of this stuff, but this is funny.
To choose from.
Carrie, are you gay?
I am indeed. Yes,
Carrie,
sir.
you're fired.
To choose from.
Carrie, are you gay?
I am indeed. Yes,
Carrie,
sir.
you're fired.
The world I live in, the world I want to create. A proposed Michigan constitutional amendment would give boys and girls the right to mutilate their bodies without parental consent. It's just, I mean, this actually is going down in California. It is law in California right now. But yeah, it's so many different places, man. I'll do this one last. ACLU used to be decent. I mean, this is what I was saying this earlier on my stream. It's not comfortable for like red-blooded conservatives and people that really love the Constitution and love, the Bill of Rights and love rights and freedoms and things like that. But it's like rights and freedoms cannot be the philosophical underpinning of a society, of a good society. I don't think Christianity is that free of a system. It's not the underpinning. God is. God and morality is. God and his morality is. Not even morality. God and his morality is. So in a way, I've been doing this philosophical discussion thing for a long time. Okay, I'm better than most. I'm better than 80%, I'd say. I'm not better at talking in that, especially not today. What's wrong with me? Is because I just had hummus and pita. But there's a thing about this freedom thing that you have to argue that what freedom is, who owns it, and if you don't know how to do that in your society, then there is an argument for the ACLU saying that gender changing for kids is okay. There's an argument there. I'm not saying it is okay. This is why I ditched freedom a year and a half ago. I don't think it's a compelling argument. Why is a kid not at liberty to change their gender? Because the kid's a person, because kids can't consent? Well, kids do consent on things all the time. Or are you saying that kids can't consent to mutilating their bodies? Why is that? Is it because they're the property of the parents? Then they should start treating them like property. But they're not their property. They're a human being. In this system is what I'm saying. This freedom as an inherent good and liberty and freedom, in my opinion, the right wing needs to ditch that stuff, man. The right wing needs to ditch that. It's not compelling. The enemy has a point here. It needs to be about God's morality. I'm not wrong about this. I'm trying to think of ways that I could falsify it, or I just have not heard a compelling argument for why freedom doesn't apply to even more things than it does. It's kind of an amorphous thing. It doesn't make sense to me anymore. I don't think, because when I was into this freedom thing, I just said stuff. I was not thinking about it from a first principles perspective. But people that say kids can't consent, they're just, kids consent to stuff all the time. They need to finish the sentence. Kids can't consent to things to do with sex or sex acts or sexual. You could argue that changing your gender, like, is that even a sex act? I mean, sure, let's say it is. So kids can't consent to that. Why? Under the free, because they belong to their parents. Okay. And they stop being a kid at the age of 18. Who says? The government. And the anti-government right wing has a problem there, because now they're kind of bootlicking. They're saying that the government controls the definition of what an adult is. It's just, it makes no sense. So in my opinion, the right wing needs to ditch this freedom thing as a talking point. I'm not saying to give up all your freedoms. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is to ditch it as a right wing talking point. It shouldn't be a right wing talking point. We'll get to that. We'll get to the freedom thing. It's about right and wrong right now. The ACLU is completely subverted, yo. Protesters target LGBTQ+. See, they're Muslims, man. Muslims. Look, they reject Christ as Lord and Savior, as deity. I mean, that's not good. I ain't no Muslim. I'll never be a Muslim. But it's like... Dearborn, Michigan, shout out. Dearborn, Michigan in the building. At least 269 K through 12 educators were arrested on child sex crimes since January. Just a headline. Christian childcare teacher who refused to read LGBT books to kids sues after being fired, blatantly illegal. Nelly Parisenkova, allegedly berated by her manager, made to spend more than an hour in scorching heat. Yeah, I hope all of them win. I hope every person suing these people wins. Just depraved, man. NYC congressional candidate Mike Itkis stars in porn to show sex-positive agenda. Disgusting. Number of non-binary students in Maryland district soars by 582%, says the data. Where's this at? Montgomery, I believe it. Suburb of DC. Let's see. Montgomery called it. Yeah. Close to the cities, far left areas. Montgomery County is one of the most corrupt places, morally corrupt places in the entire world. In the entire world. More morally corrupt than DC. Virginia Democrats to introduce legislation that would allow parents who don't affirm their child's gender identity to be criminally prosecuted. All right, let's watch this one. So this is a debate. Was Shamika Michelle? She's based, right?
So yes, I think that the Black community does actually need strong nuclear families, but not because we're Black, but because that's the natural order.
Amen. Oh, that's really good.
But not because
that's actually a good way to. I just wish white people would talk about this way. Like, you know, I do want white people to have nuclear families, but not because they're white, because that's God's natural order. That's a perfect saying.
I think
we should be able to say it. But we should. I mean, I do say stuff like
Black
this.
community does.
But the white people have to say this.
Does actually need strong nuclear families, but not because we're Black, but because that's the natural order.
Amen.
And so I think it would be safe to say that Reese may not be a Christian, because when God looked at man, he said it's not good for man to be alone. He gave him a woman. He didn't give him a village. He didn't give him the community. He said, be fruitful and multiply to this man and this woman. So it's supposed to be God, husband, wife, child, and that's the natural order. And that's why I think we can see some of the foolishness that we see in the Black community, because we are out of order. And we can make up all of this stuff that sounds good. I'm from a single parent home, and I'm not somewhere cracked out in the street selling my body. However, that is not ideal. It would have been better for me to be in God's order, to have a mother and a father to raise me. And that's just what it is. You know, the effect that it's had, we've had women for generations now saying that they don't need a man, and we have boys that don't want to be one.
Bars.
It's true. I mean, there's different problems in all the different so-called communities. Not even so-called. I mean, I think they are communities. I used to say they weren't. I used to disagree with all that. Why can't we just be individuals? Why can't there just be, you know, because we're not. That's why. I mean, we are in one respect. We are. But in the other respect, we are, you're a Christian, you're part of a group. You're You're a certain race, you're part of a group. You live in a place, you're part of a group. So, no, that's based. I mean, just read Genesis. Just read Genesis and then the New Testament. If you just read early Genesis and then the whole New Testament, everything the Bible has to say on gender and stuff. Bars. United. So last one for this little segment here. United Methodists are breaking up in a slow motion schism. Well, the United Methodists broke off from the Methodists over sex stuff, and now they're breaking up over other sex stuff. Yeah, LGBT debates over sexuality and theology, but the theology is about sexuality, about women pastors. It's just not biblical, man. It's not biblical. Okay, let's go over to abortion now, and then we'll get into our general. Well, no, I want to get into something real fast. Okay, so a lot of people say that they like Carrie Lake. Okay. You know, she's opposing the trans thing here, but she's still, like, got a potty mouth, man. It's like, I just don't agree with this new crop of people. They try to swear and they try to talk about sex in a cavalier way. You know, let me look it up. She married? She been divorced before? I mean, this is disgusting what she's saying, man. Katie Hobbs thinks there are 47 different genders.
Katie Hobbs.
She said that certain people had, quote, BDE, you know, blank energy. Now she's talking about, let's just play it. I don't look, I'm not telling you to vote for Katie Hobbs. I'm saying the way that we talk about sex is problematic. Unironically, in a non-leftist way, problematic. The way that we talk about sex and the way that we talk about hookup culture and dating culture, for most right-wingers, when someone says they're dating, it means they're having sex. Okay, it doesn't mean they're courting for marriage. It doesn't mean anything like that. So for Carrie Lake, and people are saying Carrie Lake should run for president. It has gotten out of control, dude. No woman should be, no man, but like maybe in male only, there's like only company. Like, should you say things like BDE or, you know, try milking a bull? This is not how a woman is supposed to speak, man.
Thinks there are 47 different genders. I'll tell you what, I'm not a biology major, but there are 2 genders, guys.
Ooh,
2.
Groundbreaking. I don't like her, man. Doesn't mean I wouldn't vote for her. It means I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying you should probably vote for her, but we have to clean up how we communicate, man.
And where are the animals from the rodeo being kept? Somebody point. Is it over here? Since we're here at a rodeo, Katie, I've got a challenge for you, Katie Hobbs. Why don't you go out and try to milk a bull and tell me how that goes?
That's gross. That's like this vulgar culture, man. It's just vulgar. It's vulgarity. And this is where I'm saying that I don't care about how leftists talk about this issue. Leftists, I don't even like speaking with them. But this is a right-winger. This is a right-winger, middle-aged woman. And she's speaking like this. Okay? And the simps in the crowd are eating it up. When she's a Turning Point event, a college event, speaking to young people. This is an older woman saying that Ron DeSantis has BDE. Google, and she's a Google it if you don't know what that is. Everyone on a college campus knows what BDE is. It's gross. It's not appropriate. It's just this is what I mean when I title a stream Total Moral Decline. The champions of the right wing are either vulgar or Jewish. You know, if I may be frank, okay? And sometimes both. Okay? And my issue is that Jews aren't Christians. Muslims aren't Christians. We should not be championing like, that's why they're called that's why I say about Muslims, the heroes we deserve, rather than we should not be championing people that are just not Christians. I don't like, I'm ride or die MAGA, but he's not like my hero, right? I don't know. Trump does not speak in that lewd of a way. The thing about Trump is that he can win. If there was someone that could beat Trump, then I'd be all in with that person, especially if they were an upstanding citizen. She wants to look and act like a man. I agree with that. So many of these women want to look and act like a man, speak like a lady. You know, I would never, my official statement would never be anything to do with like, you know, not profanity, but like sexual body part this, sexual body part that. That's gross, man. We're really screwed here, man. If this doesn't get cleaned up, and it's like, and the men in the audience like, oh, like she knows how to party like a man. It's just not good, man. It's just not good, dude. Let's watch some more clips.
If you're going to start throwing around terms like election denier, let's remember who the other election deniers were: Hillary Clinton and all the Democrats. Next question.
So the question is, you over the weekend, you took the Google all over the world. Like, your name was ringing everywhere. And one of them, yes, ma'am, because I have the scale. And one of them has, and most of them were asking, is she an election denier, Carrie Lake? And that was like going around on all different cable news. What do you elaborate on this?
I'm actually shocked you asked that question, George.
Well,
actually, Anthony, where's Anthony?
Once in a while.
Here, Anthony. You know, I did a little, actually, Anthony, how old are you?
20.
Are you a journalist?
No.
Well, you did better research than half these people. Let's talk about election deniers. Here's 150 examples of Democrats denying election results. Oh, wow, look at this. This is from Joe Biden's press secretary. Reminder, Brian Kemp stole the gubernatorial election from Georgians and Stacey Abrams. Democrats saying that. Is that an election denier? Oh, look at this.
This is so stupid, dude. Again, it's the standard. They're expertly dismantled. I mean, also, I've been very critical of not the B, but there's a reason I keep going to their articles. They're kind of the more I think about it, the evangelical, not the B, Babylon B, that sphere is almost a perfect example of how we should not be as mainstream. Fox News, not the B, is a perfect example of how the mainstream right wing should not be. Pardon the pun, not the B, not B. Pointing out hypocrisy, championing people that reject Christ, rejecting the moral order, aka the patriarchy. It doesn't mean don't support people that are better than the obvious Satanist, but we have to get back to God's order, man. It's not going to work without getting back to God's order, accepting Christ, who was a man. Okay, having the man lead the home and having the men be the leader, moral men. It doesn't mean vote for a complete soy leftist man over a woman. It means speak about these things. That's really what it is. I like Marjorie Taylor Greene, but Marjorie Taylor Greene is a Christian that just got a divorce, right? Now, that's some of the system. I don't know Marjorie Taylor Greene's take on who she didn't serve the papers. She didn't file the papers. Her husband did. That's a tragedy. My parents got divorced when I was 5, and it could have wrecked my life. You know, I'm not exactly a beacon of non-wrecked life over here. You know, it's like, you know, I'm like 34, permanently 17. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying divorce is such a tragedy, dude. And that just happened, and she's top 3 most based in all of Congress. It's so far past what people think, man. It's so far past what people think, man. Katie Hobbs just got leveled by the mainstream media being too scared to debate Carrie Lake. Okay, we're going to skip that one. Okay, what do we got left? Okay, so let's go over to abortion now. How we doing? 35 minutes in? Jeez. Am I even going to get all this stuff? And so this stuff is that we're going to cover right now is mostly about the left. I'm not going to even, like, play these videos and stuff because this is all the abortion thing that's a left-wing issue for the most part. Other than we should not be doing Lindsey Graham 15 weeks nationwide. No, we should be fighting for more than that. But anyway, Eric Swalwell, you can watch this on your own, releases dystopian ad where women are arrested for abortions, which looks dude, see again though. It's the hypocrisy. Look at this. Not the hypocrisy. Them stop just pointing out hypocrisy, which is exactly what the DOJ is doing to pro-lifers right now. No, we should say Eric Swalwell is right and we should do this. Eric Swalwell, we should be arresting women for having abortions. Maybe that's the reason I'm not going to be a politician. But he's right. I retweeted this. I said something about it. I was like, good. I was like, at least we know each other. We should be. It should be worse for the doctors, in my opinion. Doctors know what they're doing more than the women. Of course, if it's murder, we should arrest them for having abortion. It's like, but look at the second half of the headline, which looks exactly what the DOJ is doing to pro-lifers right now. It's what the DOJ is doing to some pro-lifers right now, but I want to arrest women that have abortions. It should be legal to do that. It should be a law. It should be legal to arrest. It's murder. If you don't treat it like it's murder, it's never going to be regarded as murder. It is murder, so we should treat it like it's murder. It's so simple, man. We're in this like feelings culture. We're in this feelings culture that it's not going to get better until we embrace actual Christian values. The role of the government in Scripture is to punish evil and reward good and be a servant of God. We have to be free of this secular, I think it's wrong, but I just don't think the government has a right. Why? Because you don't read the Bible? It's crazy, man. Planned Parenthood has a mobile clinic called the Nutcracker that offers free vasectomies. Great. We should just padlock all their doors, man. The government should just close that organization like tonight. A Nebraska TV anchor has been fired for being vocally pro-life. Read the details here. Well, we're not. They do persecute pro-lifers. They persecute Christians, man. John Fetterman, room temperature IQ, reiterates over and over that he doesn't support any limits on abortion. Eric Adams, mayor of New York City, done that. What's his name? Former governor of, I can only remember the current governor of Virginia. Northam said, we'll have a conversation. The doctor and the woman will have a conversation about whether to preserve the life of the fetus. Extra salty Frank. I like that. I like the salt. Katie Hobbs, gubernatorial candidate. It's the funniest word. Gubernatorial. Katie Hobbs admits support for abortion with no limits. Yeah, true. But what would Not the Bee and their mainstream conservative types do about it? Point out hypocrisy? Ask questions? We'll keep the baby comfortable. That was right. That is the quote. We'll keep the baby comfortable while a conversation ensues between the doctor and the wife, or the woman, whatever. Louisiana Democrat uses video of son's birth in campaign ad promoting abortion access. Heinous. Yeah, America, this is the media. It's every institution, man. And most of them don't have American last names, if you know what I mean. America is facing a diaper crisis, and the anti-abortion movement is making it worse. We're not going to even read this stuff, man. Cori Bush. I don't want to watch this, but I want to read this quote. Cori Bush, who just sold 800 copies of her highly acclaimed book in a week, like nothing, statistically nothing, says she changed her mind about getting abortion when she was 19, but the abortionist ignored her pleas, put the instrument inside, but she's still pro-choice. So this does nothing. So this is nothing. This is her saying she's probably going to use this to make arguments for why it should be legal. The abortionist ignored her pleas, put the instrument inside her, and started the instrument to kill her baby. She said, "I'm saying no. They absolutely ignored me." How'd you get to the building? This is terrible, by the way. This is so sad. But how'd you get to the building? What? So you changed your mind on the spot? Who'd you speak with? Who'd you speak with about the? Was it your parents? Was it the father? Was it some sort of group? What was the conversation in the weeks leading up to entering that abortion clinic? Yep, it's all in the Bible. Oscar says, bad is good and good is bad. It's all in the Bible. So true. That's why we got to return. We got to return to it. So this happened a couple weeks ago, but man who shot pro-life grandma Joan Jacobson called her a right-wing nut afterwards. Yeah. She was canvassing against abortion. The 911 call has been released.
Hi, Ada County 911. Where's your emergency?
Some lady over here tried to get on, wouldn't leave my property, and she needs to be arrested.
Oh, could you know her?
No, have no idea who she is. She drove on my grass.
Yeah, we're going to save this for my show. No offense. I mean, it's just because we have a lot more to get to, but called her a right-wing nut after he shot her. Yeah. Yeah, we'll save this for my show. A little spoiler, a little teaser. Yeah, this is what they were talking about earlier. At the DOJ, they are charging 11 pro-life activists for blocking the entrance to abortion clinics, carrying up to 11 years in prison and $250K in fines. Yeah. In reality, abortion's no different than murder. It is murder. It was like, when does the soul start? Like, what you're doing is you're extinguishing a soul. Because, I mean, there's a difference, and there's a reason that there's heavier time for killing a human than killing an animal. It's because we're not animals. We have a soul. And if you think there's a soul, that's a good thing. That's one thing that I've got a lot of mileage, not as far as convincing them, but if you ask a leftist, do you believe in the soul? A lot of times when they're atheists, they won't, I mean, if they're an atheist, they won't say they believe in God. But if you say do you believe in a soul? If they say yes, you ask them when it starts. It's a very good question for a leftist. Is there a soul? And if so, when does it start? If not, if there's not a soul, why shouldn't I just take all your stuff right now? Why, you know? So yeah. Yeah, 11 pro-life activists were charged for blocking entrance to abortion clinics. Parents sue Amazon for allegedly selling their children's suicide kits that resulted in their deaths. Man, I just don't even want to get into this, man. And the cavalierity that just reporting, and then they don't even have a take on it. Things like Not the Bee or Fox News, it's the way that Fox News, it's the way they carry themselves on TV as well. It's Tucker Carlson is a victim of this. It's just clown world. Laughing emoji, clown emoji. What about calling stuff evil, man? Fired up today. Yeah, skipping around. Sorry about that. Outside an abortion clinic in Tennessee, meet the Christian Meemaws and Papaws charged as co-conspirators, now facing up to 11. It looks like salt of the earth types right here, man. Violate the FACE Act by intentionally blocking people, some with force, from entering and exiting from the Carafem Health Clinic in Tennessee. Where that at? This is so sad. Yeah, I'm just asking questions. Imagine if the roles were reversed. It's just a crap way of communicating. It's a crap way of attacking issues. Yeah, you hear about this? Yeah. What's it called? Expressing their gender in the
So most of the patients that we have in the GEMS clinic actually know their gender, usually around the age of puberty, but a good portion of children do know as early as seemingly from the womb, and they will usually express their gender identity as very young children, some as soon as they can talk. They might say phrases such as I'm a girl, or I'm a boy, or I'm going to be a woman, or I'm going to be a mom. Kids know very, very early. So in the GEMS clinic, we see a variety of young children all the way down to ages 2 and 3, and usually up to the ages of 9. When they come into the clinic, they'll see one of our psychologists, and we'll be talking to them about their gender. We'll be talking to their family about how to best support that child and how to make sure that that child has the space and support to explore their gender and do well throughout their development. And we'll be answering any parent questions. A lot of parents do have questions, and so we answer those questions. The biggest piece of advice I give parents who are coming through the gender clinic at Boston Children's Hospital is to just be supportive. Sometimes you might not understand. Sometimes you feel like you don't know the terms, or you don't kind of get exactly what the child means when they say that they might be this gender. But the biggest thing you can do is just love your child and support them and just allow them to express themselves. That's the biggest protector as well against negative mental health effects such as depression, suicidality, anxiety that we worry about for our gender diverse kids and young adults.
Jail now. Look up these lists, by the way. There's websites out there. I don't know what they're called, but you can find them with a simple Google search or whatever. Famous people, or not that really matters that much, other than that's where fame is actually good. It draws attention to things. I mean, the left is so correct about so many things, except for right and wrong. Having a platform is better. Being a name and a face to draw attention to something is better. Okay, but they just don't know what better and worse is. The left is so good at so many things that we should be emulating. Again, not the morals part of it, man. But people with a big platform should be speaking up. With a bigger platform has more responsibility. At least you can get more mileage. I don't know about more responsibility, but you definitely could get more mileage. You could do more with it. But there's lists out there of people that are who's who, what's what, that they almost had an abortion, and then the person, solved became a big business person and solved a big problem. That's the thing that I think that people should be the most well known for, is solving problems, inspiring people. That's good too. Man who lost his legs in botched abortion, now a champion swimmer. It's just an example, but there's a bunch of athletes. Not that that's a big deal, but it's a life, man. It's a life. And there's so many people that, who's the guy that I've just drawn? I'm just thinking it off the cuff here. Aaron Judge, the guy who just broke the home run record, almost got aborted. They chose adoption instead. So, I'm incredibly grateful. Mother regrets starting abortion. What? I didn't even know this was a thing. Starts abortion, saves baby's life with reversal pill. It's never too late until it is, man. Woo! Wow. I didn't even know a reversal pill was a thing. Oh, my word. Oh, my goodness, man. Woo! Cutting onions up in here or what? Within seconds, I was overwhelmed with regret. Wow, dude. Oh, that's so incredible, man. Did I lead me? No, that's an animal video for my game show. That's funny. All right, sweet. Okay, so we can get out of the moral thing now. Let's get into some lulls. We need to cool down a little bit, so I prepared this video for you right here, and it's Donald Trump's funniest insults and comebacks.
Immigrants on the whole
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals.
The best.
Your Twitter account.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Yo, that was one of the greatest. He's like, it's true.
No, it wasn't.
Yo, that's one of the great moments in history.
And disgusting animals. Your Twitter account.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
Yo.
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you. Jake,
I want to.
He's so good. He's so good, man.
Came to me, the press, these people. Look at all those cameras back there. The press came to me, and they told me that he said he would not pay for the wall. Do you have a comment? I said, yes. The wall just got 10 feet taller. Oh, Don, you're a little controversial. You're talking about illegal immigration. I said, it's illegal.
We have very stupid people in our country negotiating for us, and we have leaders that don't know what they're doing.
And the media, look at all those people back there. Scavengers. They're like scavengers. CNN is terrible. CNN. You're with CNN? Are you with CNN? Are you good? You people do not cover us accurately at all. Go ahead.
To follow up on that, you keep calling us the dishonest press, the disgusting
Well,
press.
generally speaking, that's 100% true. Go ahead.
I disagree with that, sir. And if I can ask you this question, it seems as though you're resistant to scrutiny, the kind of scrutiny.
Remember how hard Jim Acosta fell off? I mean, this guy was like the biggest name in media for like Trump made and then broke that dude. Like Jim Acosta was nothing before Trump, dude. And that was like his number one adversary. And then after Trump, dude just fell off, man. He broke Jim Acosta.
That comes with running for president of the United States.
I
You're
like
saying
scrutiny, but you know what? When I raise money, excuse me, I've watched you on television. You're a real beauty.
Is that appropriate in running for president?
You got to let me speak, though, Frank, because you interrupt all the time, okay? So,
Dude, there's no one like Trump, man. We need the old Trump back.
let me talk quiet.
How
A
tough
lot
is
of
it?
times, that's all of his donors and special interests out there. It's been an amazing journey for me. It's been a lot of fun. I never thought I'd be a politician in my life. He said I'm not. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm not. I refuse. We need a leader that wrote The Art of the Deal. I'll use the word anchor baby. Excuse me.
Dude, he's so good. I mean, this is, mostly before the presidency, right? Yeah, he should have built the wall. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things about Trump, but who else, Yeah, I thought we were getting a wall too.
Use the word anchor baby.
Classic rhetoric, yeah.
Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it.
He was begging.
See, I don't know. I just think that's a better look coming from a guy. Call me I don't think it's good look to be talking about that at all. It does work on the masses. Republicans or like conservative good old boys love talking about that kind of stuff. Not just good old boys and good old girls. Now that I've been in the Bible Belt for a while, they love talking about the sex stuff. Maybe it's unavoidable as a politician, but if there's a person that should be talking about that kind of stuff, making jokes about that, it shouldn't be a woman, dude. Call me old fashioned or whatever, but it shouldn't be a woman. It's just not what a woman should be doing.
Endorsement. I could have said, Mitt, drop to your knees. He would have dropped to his knees.
Yeah.
He was begging. Who is Uma married to?
And this is why it should just be, if there's going to be a little bit of this in the political sphere, it just should be all men. It's vulgar. Yeah, exactly. It's vulgar. I wouldn't do it. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would. I mean, he's up there improvising and stuff like that, but it shouldn't be a woman.
One of the great sleazebags of our time. Anthony Weiner. Did you know that? She's married to Anthony Weiner. You know, the little bing, 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 bum, bum.
I never knew what that was from, the bing, 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 bum.
I love you very much.
I want to get paid the same as a man, and I think you understand that. So, if you become president, will a woman make the same as a man, and do I get to choose what I do with my body?
You're going to make the same if you do as good a job.
Stop it.
Yep. And so I had this discussion with the person the other day. How, like, because what women want is they want to be paid to have the same position. And I had this discussion with a good friend the other day. And I called her out on the spot. I was like, no. She's like, I've been disrespected for, like, I'm like, why? She's like, I've had the same, like, okay, how do you know that women get paid less? He's like, because they have the same position. I'm like, that. Are you saying that's doing the same work? It's like, are you saying that because you have the same position, you do the same work? I mean, like, that makes no sense. You have to be able to measure what a good job is. And they don't believe in good men.
This socialist / communist, okay? Nobody wants to say it.
Yeah, if you do the same job, but how do you measure that?
What the financials don't show also is your tax rate. They don't show whether you paid a low tax rate or no tax rate.
I fight very hard to pay as little tax as possible, and I've said that for the last 2 years. I fight very hard because this country wastes our money. They take our tax money and they throw it down the drain because, frankly, our country doesn't know what they're doing with our money or our tax money, and that's part of the problem. So I fight very hard to pay as little tax as possible.
What is your tax rate?
It's none of your business. You'll see it when I release it.
I say it only because that's the kind of thinking this country needs with $19 trillion in debt, believe me. They spent, listen to this, $1 million on ads against me in Iowa. Now, here's the good news. They used the best pictures. I look so good in those pictures. I'm trying to find where they got them. But I was like a young guy. I look so handsome. I said to myself, oh, I wish I still looked like that. It would be great.
Newsflash, the Republican Party's been fighting against a single-payer system for a decade. So I think you're on the wrong side of this if you're still arguing for a single-payer system.
I don't think you heard me. You're having a hard time tonight.
All right,
Dude, this is a tough.
Wow, man. He just cuts through, like, he doesn't even, like, address their argument, man. It's so funny. He was so good. He is better at spending, big spender, the best spender. Good live chat tonight. Very ignorant heavy. I like this. Like, it's like all the people are that are chatting are like my people. Are like the 40 other people? What are you? Are you shocked? Are you? You know, I think I'm winning some of you over. I appreciate Frank giving me the platform. I really do. Really do. We won't watch the rest of this video. And Frank wants to most assuredly, verily, verily, I say unto you that Frank wants you to follow me on Odyssey. I'm almost at 200, guys. I really would appreciate it if you give me a follow. I stream at 11 a.m. Eastern time every weekday. And also KDZ makes the thumbnails for this here program. If you're wondering where Frank is, he'll never be here. He'll ever again. He'll never be here ever again. It's my channel now. It's mine. No. 5 a.m. I can't talk today, man. 5 p.m. Mondays is Correct Wing Weekly. I like Frank, man. I straight up love Frank. That dude's one of my best friends. We love the non-chatters. Non-chatters are good people, the best people, frankly. Yeah. This is my show on Frank's channel, and I really appreciate it. I'm so close to 200 on Odyssey. Still at 194. I think we got a lot of haters in the chat. I'm not sure. Salty Legion. What's up? Jetman in the building. Live free or die trying. I remember when gas was $2 a gallon. Better days, right? Yeah, Trump. Trump for sure, man. This is a funny meme right here. I wonder if we're going to get... I think we'll probably get through most of this other stuff. So this is one of the better captions I've seen before. So it says, the feeling when I'm trying to close out my tab at the bar after having an undisclosed amount of double whiskey cokes.
Tim Ryan in Ohio said he doesn't want you there. Warnock.
What they should have done is clipped off the beginning 5 seconds.
Tim Ryan in Ohio said he doesn't want you there. Warnock said wouldn't say. Do you think they're making a mistake? No.
So yeah, let's read it again. We'll get Biden's reaction. The feeling when I'm trying to close out my tab at the bar after having an undisclosed amount of double whiskey cokes.
No, there by 16 there I've already gone in for yet, and a lot more have asked. Another 20 or so. No, there by 16 there I've already gone in for yet, and a lot more have asked. Another 20 or so. No, there by 16 there I've already gone in for yet, and a lot more have asked. Another 20 or so.
Pour. Yeah, like, how much did you have? 16 or so, 24 or more. Yeah, like, no.
No, there by 16 there I've already gone in for yet, and a lot more have asked. Another 20 or so. I'm going to be going there.
No, we're going there. No, we're going there.
Making a mistake?
No, there by 16 there I've already gone in for yet, and a lot more have asked. Another 20 or so. I'm going to be going there.
Yeah, let's get through some of these Biden things. 16, I forgot. Just want to give you ass. Like, oh, I'm gonna be Biden-esque when I'm that age. I think I can't talk now. Biden says people who took out too much student debt are worth more to the economy than business owners.
The program where you allow people, the PPP program, to get money back if their business were in trouble. Well, you have. I think it's 4 or 5 Republicans were published in the print in the paper, who got from $2.1 million relief to $187 million. I forget the exact number. And they made no apologies for that. They thought it's okay for them to get that relief for their business, but you breaking your neck and getting caught in the middle of a crisis, you can't get any relief for the debt. And guess who's going to grow the economy more? An educated public or those guys? Folks, look.
Do you think I do? I think compulsive liars, I agree with this, yes. Do you think compulsive liars are more likely to get dementia or Alzheimer's? I think they're more likely to have mental issues, yeah. I think there's also a genetic aspect. So I don't know about dementia, Alzheimer's, but I think you're more likely to have mental issues, yeah. Because what you're doing is you're changing your grip on reality on purpose in the moment. And then I think that the likelihood of that happening in the future, it has to go up. I don't know about how much, but I do. It rings true to me. It rings true to me, just on the sniff test. The whisper's weird. Might be wrong in the building. It's already Biden-esque. Count, kid, count.
John Fetterman's going to appear with you today in Pennsylvania, but there haven't been that many candidates campaigning with you. Why are more?
That's not true. There's been 15. Count, kid, count.
Okay, and are there going to be even more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like 5 Bidens, man. It's not the same guy all the time. I just don't think it's the same guy all the time. Include professional actors, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. There's some decent ones, but yeah.
The other piece will be
hear that sound?
The other the other the other piece what we're trying to do is, you probably are aware, I've just signed a law that's being challenged by my Republican colleagues, the same people who got PPP loans for up to close to, in some cases, up to $500,000-$600,000.
I'm so juvenile. Whenever someone says PPP, I'm like, what do I have to do right now?
They have no problem with that. The individuals in Congress got those. But what we've provided for is, if you went to school, if you qualify for a Pell Grant, you qualify for you qualify for $20,000 in debt forgiveness. Secondly, if you don't have one of those loans, you just get $10,000 written off. It's passed. I got it passed by a vote or two, and it's in effect. And already a total of, I think it's now 13 million people have applied for that service.
Yeah, this is not your father's Republican Party.
This ain't your father's Republican Party. Not a joke.
I know what they're saying when they say that, but it's more true about the Democrat Party. That's way more true. It's not the 90s, 80s Democrats. It's a new breed. And honestly, if someone were to say it's not your father's Republican Party, I would be like, if it were more based, I'd be like, thank God. But it's not. It's a weaker one. It's a more Democratic. It's a more leftist Republican Party. But the new Democrat Party are just insane Satanists, man.
This is not your father's Republican Party.
I'm not watching the Supercut. It's dumb. It's dumb. There can be no more than 8 bullets in a round. I know we got a lot of gun guys in the chat, so it looks like you're going to have to turn in your weapons, guys. My legislation said there could be no more than 8 bullets in a round.
My legislation says there can be no more than 8 bullets in a round, okay?
Oh. Useful. Oh, yeah, look at this. TikToker who decided to live as a perverted caricature of a girl 6 months ago was just invited to the White House. You guys see this? Started identifying as a woman 25 days ago and excited about being to use the woman's locker room now, and they sat down with Joe Biden.
Do you think states should have a right to ban
Look at this, just depravity.
gender-affirming health care?
I don't think any state or anybody should have the right to do that. As a moral question and as a legal question. I just think it's wrong.
Devout Catholic, by the way. Oh, and new Halloween stuff is popping up. It's called a costume, right? Couldn't think of the word there. White House intern includes dog purse, fingernail polish, and accessory bag. One size fits most. Liberals in a paying accident. I don't get it, but I do. I could drop dead tomorrow, says Biden.
So let's say Trump doesn't run again.
Look at this, just like what is this going? What's going on here? Why can't I go to it? Oh, here you go. Sorry.
So let's say Trump doesn't run again. Convince Aunt Gloria
Look
that.
at this lispy gay next to him. Dude.
So let's say Trump doesn't run again. Convince Aunt Gloria that she should stick with you.
Well, I think Aunt Gloria should take a look. I think it's a legitimate thing to be concerned about anyone's age, including mine. I think that's totally legitimate. But I think the best way to make the judgment is to watch me. Am I slowing up? Don't have the same pace as her? And that old joke, everybody talks about the new 70s, 50s, and all that stuff. It could be, I'm a great respecter of fate. I could get a disease tomorrow. I could, drop dead tomorrow. But in terms of my energy level.
Look at, they hooked up after this, dude.
A disease tomorrow. I could, drop dead tomorrow. But in terms of my energy level.
You'd be judged harshly, by the way, Joe. You better hope you're not going to drop dead tomorrow, dude. You would be judged so harshly.
In terms of how much I'm able to do, I think people should look and say, does he still have the same?
Look at that look on his face. Look what he does with his face here. The better I get with arguments, the more I just want to talk about people's looks. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it on silent. Look at what it does here. Okay, let's turn this on.
People should look and say, does he still have the same passion?
Dude, listen. I'll go on record right now. The last thing that I want is for Biden to drop dead tomorrow. I don't care how much I dislike Biden. Kamala is so much worse. Kamala is so much worse than Biden, exponentially worse. Exponentially. Kamala is one of the worst. I'll take Hillary Clinton over Kamala Harris, dude. Kamala Harris is one of the worst people, that her laugh, how she is, how she speaks. It's so much. There's a little bit of an endearing quality to Biden compared to Kamala. Okay? Biden at least is funny in like you like laughing at him. I don't even like laughing at Kamala, man. Kamala is. We want Biden as president right now. Is what I'm saying.
He's doing it. And if they think I do and I can do it, then that's fine. If they don't, then they should vote against me. Not against me.
They keep touching.
Encourage me not to go. But
look at him
that's
touching.
I can do it. Then for what he's doing. And if they think I do,
look at the lispy gay's face while he touches him with the pen.
Can do it, then that's fine. If they don't, then they should vote against me.
Dude, he goes. So look. Okay, let's go volume off again. And let's look at the moment Biden touches him ever so tenderly. Look at it. Okay, let's do it again. And then look at the eyebrow raise after. So I can't do
not to go.
I can't do the. Yeah. I can do the pout without the eyebrows.
That's not how I feel.
Okay. A lot of stuff we're not going to get to today, so we'll just go in reverse order. See how much we get to. Might bank through it all. I mean, Frank, gives me basically 90 minutes. So I mean, and if I run over, then I get Franctioned. That his pout. Trump says, hinting at running.
Our country is being destroyed. I ran twice, I won twice, and did much better the second time than I did the first. Getting millions more votes in 2020 than we got in 2016. And likewise, getting more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country by far. And now, in order to make our country successful, safe, and glorious again, I will probably have to do it again.
A lot of important stuff actually in these stacks right here. January 6th committee subpoenas Trump. I'm sure the fact that it's a coincidence that this came the same day as Steve Bannon's prison sentencing. 4 months in prison for Steve Bannon. So J6 committee subpoenas Trump. Yeah. No, my phone records got subpoenaed. Yeah, I don't have nothing to do with that. They didn't even subpoena me. I got a little gift bag from Verizon one day. They're like, we've subpoenaed your phone records from the dates of November 1st to February 1st. Like, what the? They got all my memes, bro. They got all my memes from a 4 month period. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I know a lot of people in the chat right now we had normal correspondence. It was sorry. Might be wrong. Says, yeah, thanks for that. I know. They got my phone records. I know. I don't know what to say, man. All must sacrifice for the cause, right? Trump said he would testify if it was on live TV. I would love to see that. That would be prime time television. Yeah, they got my phone records. You know, we should just watch the footage. On one episode of Correct Wing Weekly, I mean, I would have to talk to Frank about that. I've talked to Frank about whether, like, what would be above board or something like that. FEC will nail him, yeah. Yeah, there's a whole strategy to when to announce and things like that. Where's the Steve Bannon thing? Yeah. Judge sentences Steve Bannon to 4 months in prison for contempt of Congress. $6,500 fine, 4 months in prison. Refusing to comply. I want to go to another Trump rally, too. Where's the next one? Why don't they broadcast it? Because they're liars. I would love to do it all live. Don't edit it. It's right. Yeah, let's look this up, man. DonaldJTrump.com. I'm on Truth Social. Any of you guys on Truth Social? I just got on there. Resume my journey on Truth Social. Anyone want to follow me? I have 2 followers. I need you. 2 followers. Frank wants you to follow me on Truth Social. And I'm not one to argue with Frank. I know you're not on Truth Social, Slap Weasel. You're not my target audience. Frank says to follow me on Truth Social. Get on Gab. Follow me on Truth Social, says Frank. So let's go to this. No events, huh? There's no events scheduled. It says there's no events scheduled on Trump. DonaldJTrump.com. Events. Nope. Yeah, nothing. How far in advance do they even announce them? Give me a follow. I'm kind of upset that I didn't get that I didn't have to testify. Maybe I shouldn't say that. That would be a riot. Links in the description so you can check it out later. Check out what later? Yeah. I really don't think I am, Hervey, but you know, which links? What links should Frank add? Like the ones that he's putting in the chat? I'll have him do it. I'll have him put him in there at the last. The issue is the Last American Pubcast. This is all it stays up at. That's a good point. Maybe I should do it right now. So the Odyssey is there. Yeah, what else do you want? Me on Truth Social? I don't want to put that one there. The individual story links. Wow. That would be a big that would be a big job. We're doing like 80 articles. That's an interesting point. I would have to figure out how to do that. What are you talking about, shaking off the dust? I don't work for you. You need to get your facts straight. I was waiting for that dude in the hard hat to put a side. I don't know who's you talking about working for Biden? Oh, Truth Social. Yeah, I mean, I can't do it right now, but I'll do it for next week. I'll do it for next week. It says I can't edit it says I cannot edit the event while I'm live. So, yes, I will start doing that for next time. So Steve Bannon going to jail. That's not good. Not a big Bannon fan, but I like the left less. Florida canvasser beaten to a pulp for wearing Marco Rubio t-shirt and Ron DeSantis hat. Yeah, left are immoral and violent, man. It was a Biden quote. Oh, I just didn't. Audience members on The View try to shout down Ted Cruz, and Whoopi Goldberg kicks them out. Based.
It's very simple. If you look at inflation, the Nobel laureate economist Milton Friedman explained that in the United States inflation has one cause and one cause only. Inflation in the United States has one cause and one cause only, and that is when the federal government spends too much money.
Okay.
We have seen trillions and trillions of dollars spent by Joe Biden and the Democrats. Just last year, the federal government took in $4 trillion in tax revenues. Most money in history we've ever taken in. The problem is we spent nearly $7 trillion, and that's what
We do cover climate here, guys. We do cover climate.
Ladies, excuse us. Let us do our job. Let us do our job. We hear what you have to say, but you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta let us do our job.
They weren't even protesting you.
You gotta let us do our job.
I couldn't even hear what they were protesting.
Well, I take back what I said about the Yankees.
Thank you.
Yeah. They're accusing us of not covering climate change, and we do that almost. Well, at least they didn't throw
I'm
tomatoes.
really glad we don't have a Van Gogh on the wall. That would have been a
But
problem.
notwithstanding that,
Cringe. The mainstream is just so cringe. I'm so above it, dude. I'm just above it. I'm just better than it. Oh, Nancy Pelosi slips and says Republicans are going to win the midterms because they have unlimited facts.
Why don't
What's that? Is that Lester
the
Holt?
American people,
Or is it just some guy that looks like a younger
according to
version
the
of him?
surveys, trust Democrats, but instead trust Republicans?
Well, let me just say you talked about what you perceive to be a change in momentum. Let me just tell you what I have seen over this past month. I don't subscribe to what you said, that they don't trust us. The fact is that in the last few weeks, the Republicans recognizing now that they have a problem in this election, and you all have been telling them they're going to win for like a year and a half, but they're seeing what's happening on the ground. So they have placed unlimited money into these races with unlimited fact, misrepresenting what the reality is. And it takes its toll. There's just no question. We won't have unlimited. We'll have to have enough. But we have to fight that perception that they're putting out there about inflation.
I like the answers about it's just some dude, this is like okay, so Sandy Hook families seek $2.75 trillion from Alex Jones. I brought this up in my chat earlier on the Daily Ignoramus, but and people answered me seriously, which is good. But so is like the number of families based on how much, dude. They want to kill their enemies. This is if this goes through, this will enslave Alex Jones for the rest of his life. Again, I've said it many, many times before. Kind of said it last week. You know, they're the enemy, they're high-profile enemies. Trump, Elon Musk, Kanye West, Alex Jones, other people as well. If it wouldn't make martyrs out of them, they would just kill them. But so they go after their family, they go after their livelihood. It's just insane, man. And $2.75 trillion when he already was ordered to pay almost $1 billion. They're trying to take down their enemies, man. I disagree that it's about free speech. It's about power. It's just about pure power. It's about us and them. And so to them, the them is the leaders of the movement. Yeah, it's just so $5,000 per view of the video came out to be $2.75 trillion. Yeah. Yeah, I disagree that it's anything to do with rights or free speech or anything like that. Yeah, it's about setting examples. Yes. That's what I mean when I say it's about power. Real Clear Politics. We got some lighter, I guess not so national things. Forecast a Tudor Dixon win over Michigan's Gretchen Whitmer. Yeah, I hope. I don't even know anything about Tudor Dixon, but I hope that she wins. Oregon is poised to elect its first Republican governor in 4 decades. Got to vote. I think you should vote, in my opinion. There's a moth over there. Ye was awesome on Piers Morgan. I agree. I thought that he crushed that, dude. Yeah, I don't think free speech exists. I agree with that. Free speech is an illusion. Yeah. It's just, that's just the justification or the impetus. Am I using that word right? Gotta vote. I might volunteer in my local elections. We should have done this during the gender thing, but we'll save it. Yeah. I can only hope, right? Liz Cheney says if Trump wins the GOP nomination, the party will splinter and there will be a new conservative party that rises. Yeah, it's certainly not going to be you. Yeah, everything's just backwards, man. Everything is vote early, vote often. Yeah. We'll do whatever it takes. He will not be president again, says Liz Cheney. It's kind of interesting thing about no, I can't play this. This is the intro. No. Slavery is on the ballot in 5 U.S. states. I vote on election day, yeah. Neo-conservative, yeah. What, Tennessee? What else? Alabama, Louisiana, Oregon, Tennessee, and Vermont. I know which way I'll be voting. Yeah. It is what it is. We're done. That's good. We got some more stuff, but we'll save it for next week. New time of the show, Monday, 5 p.m. Love you guys. Love you guys. Who is, I don't know what that word is. Who is voting? I don't know what that word is. I'm not going to say it out loud. It sounds too much like another word. Yeah, I'm voting on the day. Oh, man. Woo! We have 5 minutes to chat. 3 minutes, I guess. Frank won't be too mad. Votes early, votes often. There's a moth over there. I'm not, yeah, I know you guys see that word and that typo in the chat. I'm not gonna say that. I probably said voting. Yeah, I'm not gonna say. You can rephrase it. I'm not gonna say that. Oh, it's funny, man. You guys are good people. Mondays at 5 p.m. I stream every weekday at 11 a.m. I actually am going to do a stream tomorrow morning. It's going to be a short one. It's just going to be on the anti-white narrative. So that'll be on my channel. So subscribe to Daily Ignoramus. There's got to be a couple of you guys. Not Daily Ignoramus. That's not even my channel. There's got to be a couple of you guys that don't do stuff during the day. Ignoramus Media. Make sure you follow. Frank's saying so. Moths are an omen for holy clothes, okay? Yeah, there's got to be some of you guys that don't do nothing at 11 a.m. on weekdays. We need some new regulars. Getting sick of the old ones. I know Spud's there. Spuds and Ignat. Got Ignat's in the chat right now, by the way. Spuds and Ignat. Life to the Max, Ignat. Reflections on Liberty. Slap Weasel, Ignat. Hervey, Ignat. Horatius was here earlier. Might Be Wrong's an Ignat. Katie Zed's an Ignat. Reppers Jedi Master, Ignat. It's my cult, bro. Quit your job and watch TDI. True. 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 On a boombox amplified speaker in most of my free time. So you mean then it comes out of that? Yeah, you don't put my show on, and if you my show's not a non-headphone show. Yeah, if it's in a public speaker, you probably don't want to put my show on. Probably don't want to do that. And not because of swearing, just very risque, very so politically incorrect. So And also mostly improvised, so you never know what you're going to get forced. Yeah, not safe for work, but not because of anything other than just how anti-PC it is. Look up. I'm not going to Google that term. Tell me what it is. I'm not going to review that term. Tell me what it is. They need to change the word for that. So that wasn't even a typo. So 1A Latina in Cali says the word VUCKING and tells me to look up the term. No. No. I love you, but no. No, that's too close to words that I don't even want to talk about. Mr. Zed Ignat. Yeah, Mr. Zed in the house. Of course, Mr. Zed's in the house. He's here for the evenings, yeah. Play it at the airport. Someone will post it in my Discord. It's like a Chris Rock comedy show without Chris Rock or the comedy. Okay, there's good comedy. No, I'm not looking it up. You're not going to bait me. I'm certainly not going to do it on air. I'm not going to look that up. There's no way I'm going to do that. Yeah. Explain it. Okay, you're saying there's another, like, look up the term and review it. Okay, please. But then you put another message after that. You could have just explained it. You just say it's in the news. Okay? Just say what it is. We got time. We got time. I'll put it in the chat. I mean, sorry, Frank will put it in the chat again. Ignoramus Media. There we go. It's in the chat. Frank did it. I'm very biased. Marcus, listen to me. You're 35 minutes behind, man. I know you're Marcus, the last like 5 things Marcus has said has been about Carrie Lake. That was like an hour ago, bro. So are you. You're saying that you like Carrie Lake. Why is that not very biased? See, these people are just bots, man. They don't even think about how they're contradicting themselves. You're very biased. Me saying I don't like Carrie Lake is the same thing as you saying you like her. Both are biased. These are just bots, man. Like human bots. I don't say NPCs in. It's just a bot, bro. It's just like slave mindset, dude. He's like an hour behind, so you are very biased. It's like, okay, man. Like, what's your argument, man? That you want a woman to be talking about penises on live air? You know what I mean? Like, what's your argument? Okay, but I like Carrie Lake. She was a reporter. She's been on the inside. It's like, okay. And now Marcus doesn't even realize that he's an hour behind. Don't worry about how she talks. Stand back and watch what she gets done. And but the funniest thing is, Marcus doesn't even know we're talking about him 60 minutes in the future right now. We have a winner, by the way. We have a winner. We have a winner every week, guys. For the people still in the chat, we have a winner every week, and this week it's Marcus. Marcus MTM, you've won first prize this week. Last week it was Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese. Latinas, we might have 2 winners today. Latina says, let's be frank, what the heck are you? What do you mean? A Christian American man? I don't know. Should we wait for Marcus to catch up? What do you mean, what am I? What are you? You could still be explaining what that term that is 1 letter away from vulgarity is. You must be live to redeem your prize. True. What are you? I mean, well, the other thing that's funny about your chat, or about your screen name, is it literally just tells me what you are. You're a First Amendment Latina in Cali. My name is Walter Hartwell White. I live at 2511 Negro Arroyo Lane. Albuquerque, New Mexico. 1A Latina in Cali, mega MAGA anti-mandate mom. Where the heck are you? Okay. Let me repeat myself. I am Discount Gringo Bargain Bin Frank, and I am here Mondays at 5 p.m. If you would like Frank, he's in my basement. He's locked up. It's what I do with all border jumpers. Just kidding. I'm waiting for ICE to get here. I'm waiting for ICE to get here. And I'm sending him back. He's got to go back. Everyone has it. It's like, these are just bot answers. He's still talking about Kari Lake, and he says everyone has had enough of the Democratic Party and the people who run the Democratic Party. It's like, dude, this is just bot. This is just, and I'm not. It's like, oh, really? That makes, I've never heard that argument. I've been streaming 5 days a week for 3 years, and I've never heard that. Oh my gosh. People are sick of the Democrats? Wow. And the people who run the Democrats? Oh my gosh. Manner of speaking, I am too. It's just a different people. Yeah. Never heard that before. It's like, this morning, obviously I love my mom. But my mom was in my chat this morning like, fluoride is bad. That made me, I was deeply ambivalent about that. We were going through this guy who decreased the fluoride supply he worked for the water department, and he decreased the fluoride supply, while on the job. It's like, fluoride is bad. It's like, really? Really?
Wow. I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
Listen, Frank will never dump me. Frank's one of my best friends. He laughs at this content. Frank laughs at this content. He loves how I run stuff. Yeah. Why don't you make it, by the way, mega MAGA anti-mandate mom, why don't you make an argument? Okay? This is why I toy with people. You're not making any arguments. You're making no points. So in this character limit, and you're still tagging Frank. Like, why don't you make a point? It's that it's sad, and he hopes he's not. We're like he's one of my best friends. He wants to see me succeed. He likes my arguments. But why don't you make a point? You haven't made a point other than telling me to look up a word. What is your point? Make an argument. Give me some sort of take. Okay? Or the beatings will continue. The digital beatings will continue until morale improves. I'm literally doing nothing tonight. I don't think Frank wants me to be here for 3 hours, but it's like I have to set up a drum set, unload my car, and clean my house tonight, none of which I want to do. So make an argument. The Democrats, she gets it. Fluoride's bad. I mean, it's the same thing where someone says sick of the Democrats or like being anti-mandate. It's just like so first tier. Yeah, fluoride's bad. I'm sick of the Democrats. I like free speech enough. I'm anti-mandate. I'm pro-MAGA. I like mothers. But it's like people just have to rise above this surface level stuff. She's not wrong. It's nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. But it's like if I cover like serial rapist, gets released from prison. Rape is bad. Okay. I'm friends with Steven, and I think it's sad. It's like this is the only way that he bring the pain. I'm just saying, dude. It's just like, what if the roles were reversed? Catch up. Yeah, catch up. Like, oh, we're sick of the Democrats. Like, yeah, dude. Your mom, yeah, would be besties with my mom. Yeah, I believe that, man. Someone had the nerve to call me out. Yeah. And it's like, it's just like, oh my gosh, man. Watch my show. I hope that 1A Latina MAGA mom is now unsubbed from Frank, is now subbed to my channel. Wouldn't that make it like 5 minutes? But I actually don't call out people as hard on my channel because I'm flowing over here. Yeah. The banter with the chat has become much more of a part of this show than, the Daily Ignoramus is the Daily Ignoramus. Look at this. Marcus says, what goes around comes around. 15 more days and there's going to be, just what is this rhetoric? 15 more days, there's going to be a new sheriff in town. And her name's Carrie Lake. She thinks that Trump has BDE. Why don't you go out and milk a bull and see what happens? Tell Katie Hobbs that. Because I didn't look up a bad sounding word. That this lady just couldn't even just put a TLDR. The lady couldn't just put a little bit in the chat about what that is. It's like, and it just goes on, chat after chat after chat after chat. You could just explain yourself. We have a second winner, 1A Cali Latina MAGA mom, anti-mandate mom. Give it up. 07's in the chat for Marcus and MAGA anti-mandate mom. A new sheriff. Like, what is that? What is that rhetoric? Like, oh, it'll be fixed. And she's a lady, and she means business. She means business, guys. Give it up. Give it up. Everyone clap IRL right now. I don't care if you're at work. Lots of new sheriffs. Lots of new sheriffs. Marcus still. I hope you're watching on 1.25 speed, Marcus, so we can see each other in the future. Lots of new sheriffs. Red wave incoming. Red wave incoming, guys. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to look at you look up that word. Someone else ruined their search history. You look up that word. Someone look up that word. I don't even want to say it out loud. When I said I'm not saying that, there's a bunch of like laughy emojis in the chat. I'm not gonna say that word. It's newsworthy. It's in the news. It's in the news. Look it up. Like, you look it up. Type. There's like a 200. There's a tweet's length character limit in the chat. Just explain what that word is. It's in the news. I am in the news. I've been more in the news than you, Latina MAGA mom. It's a small van with a ladder. What? And it's in the news? Dude. What? It's a small van with a ladder. I Googled it. What? It's in the news. It's like, okay. Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to have more hummus, man. More hummus and pita. I'm going to clean my house. We had 2 winners today. How beautiful is that? How beautiful are you? Small man with a ladder. That was a fun one. Episode number 14. Of Correct Wing Weekly. That was a really fun one. Appreciate you guys being good sports. Monday, 5 p.m. I stream every weekday at 11 a.m. I'm doing a short one tomorrow on the anti-white narrative. 45-minute stream because I got to have lunch with my family. I just cleaned out my work vuck. A small van with a ladder. That's what she said. Yeah, that's what she said. Wow, I don't know. I just work here, guys. See you next week. Love you so much. Hope some of you follow me or whatever. It gets better. It's only painful at first. It's only painful at first, guys. Gringo Frank in the house. That's my name. Wow, that was hilarious. Marcus, join us in the future. Join us. Join us. First Amendment mega MAGA anti-mandate Latina mom. Join us. Join us in the future. Please. This uploads only to Last American Pubcast. So if you're looking for Let's Be Frank here in a second, he's in my basement. No, does not get uploaded to his channel. It will be a podcast on my podcast platforms as well as a video on a Last American Pubcast. See you guys. Love you so much. Correct Wing Weekly signing off.